SJC-12156, Timothy E. Cichocki and Dolly Wang v. Massachusetts Land Court, and another.
Good afternoon, Ms. Wong.
Good morning.
I gather that you have filed just now a motion for gag order as an alternative to the motion to impound, as well as a motion to impound. We will take that under advisement, but you should know that what you are presenting to this court in this, as in every case, is webcast and made available to the public. So whatever you say to us in court will be available to the public through our public webcast on our website. So I give you that information so that you are aware of that as you begin. So with that, you have 10 minutes. You may proceed.
Your Honor, may I address the matter you just raised concerning the motion for a gag order? There's a catch fact. That is, town of Rehoboth, people in town of Rehoboth who have been harassing us and threatening us, who do not know our names. And they only identify us by the sight of a Caucasian man and Asian woman, or by our house on Rehoboth Street, on Chestnut Street. So the publication of a court document with our names on probably would not get in the hand of those people that we are afraid of, because they are not of a young generation who usually are conversant with online search or search for personal information. These people are older generation, and I would assume that they would not be very knowledgeable about searching court document and to know our name, but they usually respond to a newspaper publication. So we ask for a gag order to prevent public disclosure of our personal identity and prevent a town of Rehoboth and its employee and agent from disclosing our personal identity to third party or to the public. We think that will give us protection.
We will proceed to decide that motion, but you should proceed with regard to the matter before us and proceed as if that motion for a gag order will be denied. So you should proceed as if it would be denied, and you now have the remaining time to argue the matter before the court.
Your Honor, we also respectfully request for more time to cover the point of argument.
And that request is denied. So we will limit you to the 10 minutes that each side has, and you should use as best as you can the remaining time. So please proceed.
Good morning, Honorable Justice of the Court. My name is Dolly Huang. Dr. Cichocki and I are petitioner for a writ of amendments from this court for relief under the color of law statutes and for emotional distress, and third, for punitive damage to deter egregious and outrageous town conduct. Our petition rises up from our grievance that we had been terribly deprived of fundamental constitutional and human rights to property, to due process, and to equal protection under the law, as well as to the First Amendment right to petition town government to redress grievance. the town government foreclosed our house without tax document. And our house has been foreclosed for 9 years, since 2009, and to this day, the town of Rehoboth has not provided us with a tax document to justify its complaint of tax delinquency against us, based on which the town obtained a foreclosure judgment against us. So our house has been foreclosed on the claim of tax delinquency for 9 years. And up to today, at this moment, town has refused to provide tax document to substantiate its claim of us owing tax. And secondly, the town of Rehoboth broke into our house and seized the property and went through all the personal belongings in the house without a warrant, without authorizing court order. To this day, town still refuses to give us cause of its action at our house and to provide warrants to justify its breaking into our house and to provide authorizing court order to seize our house since 2013. And as a citizen of Massachusetts, that being promised under the Massachusetts Constitution for a protected right to property, for protected right to due process when property is deprived, and for protected right to equal protection under Massachusetts tax law when foreclosing property on the claim of tax delinquency. And also that we deprive of the constitutional right promised us under Massachusetts Constitution for the right to petition town government to redress the grievance. Town government, on the second year of our building house, town government, behind our back, authorized a contractor, which is a friend of the town hall, and to trespass upon our land and to vandalize and to shave our land, which is hilly land, by half and reduce the hill to half. And it would cost us more than $100,000 to restore the damage. And when we report to the town did not investigate the grand theft committed by the town's friend under the authorization of the town. Instead, it went to approve the contract's work on our land and demand us to pay the contractor. And when we refuse, the town started to accuse us for tax delinquency. The town, to this day, has not provided us with a document of assessment. In other words, the land, our property, has not been assessed, and the town accused us for tax delinquency and refused to provide a tax document to support its claim of us being delinquent in paying tax. And then went to land court and filed a bogus tax lien complaint where there was not even assessment done on our house, when there was no tax document ever produced, and when not able to identify the tax that the town accused us of owing and failed to pay. And in land court, when we asked for evidence of town's claim of tax lien, there was no evidence ever provided to us. The evidence that pertaining to tax documents support town's claim of tax delinquency. And when we motioned the land court to compel the town to disclose tax document to support its tax lien complaint, and the motion was denied. When we had a check in our hand in court, we told the court that we're willing to pay right there, right then, everything we owe to the town if town could provide tax document to support its claim of tax delinquency. We were willing to pay whatever, as long as the claim is supported by legal tax document. The court did not take our offer. The town did not take our offer, and they go ahead and foreclose our house.
All right, Ms. Wong, I'm afraid your time is up, so thank you. Mr. Jacobson, Mr. Talman, you did not file briefs, only letters. I trust you don't wish to be heard with regard to this matter, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. So we'll take the matter, unless there are any questions, we'll take the matter under advisement. Thank you.